0-0.
Let's play pickleball.
Point.
And that is not surprising.
Yeah, that is a cleanly struck backhand pass down the line. Kind of interesting service motion here from Devidze. A little more open stance with her hips square. A lot of players use that to increase the shape that they get on their serve.
Side out.
Just wide there, so it's going to be the pressure of Jansen and the counter punching of Devidze all day long.
0-1.
Just deep on the return.
Point.
Kind of to the scouting report that we mentioned, Devidze was going to stay back on that return, so I think she's going to be a touch more selective
1-1.
on when she moves forward.
Side out.
Jansen trying to will that into the fairway like a golfer there, couldn't do it. 1-1 early.
1-1. Point.
So what does that service setup do for her, Kyle?
Yeah, I think that, you know, it's a heavier ball, right? So what it does is that spin jumps both up and into your opponent. So if you get good depth in addition to that shape, it kind of throws off their weight transfer, almost forces them into a half volley type ground stroke, much tougher to be effective on.
Quality return from Jansen there.
But, you know, my good friend Tyson McGuffin, he made a similar change, I believe, last year. Was long known as having the biggest serve on tour, and he said, you know what, big is maybe overrated. Let's try to get a little bit more shape in addition to the power.
Point.
And that's just too good from Leah Jansen. Good look at Leah right there. Goes through
2-2.
a ritual before every point.
Point.
Yeah, both ladies doing a good job of any time that they get their weight going forward, they are looking to hit that approach shot and force their opponents into a tough pass. We've seen it from both players. We'll see which player looks to do more of that as the match progresses.
Wow, clean winner return from Devidze. That is hard to do.
Yeah, she took that right on the rise and timed that perfectly. You do not see that very often.
Mackerel, what a shot from Devidze.
2-3. Side out. Three-two. Side out.
That's the type of point that Devidze will sign up for all day, all baseline.
Yeah, that's more her comfort zone, absolutely. She did a good job of hitting aggressively enough to really not give Jansen anything she can move forward on.
Wow.
Side out.
Yeah, and for me, Jansen's one of the most comfortable women with those on the stretch volleys and singles that are very unique. You don't get on the stretch that often in doubles, so the type of volley in singles is just a little bit different.
Point.
And that's the combo you've got to be able to make to win, and it's so hard to be able to drive that next ball down the line, Kyle.
4-2.
Yeah, you know, the geometry isn't in your favor when you approach up the line, a little less distance. You've got to balance, you know, aggression, maybe taking a little pace off at times.
Point.
The other advantage Jansen knows is, unlike some players, if she can just keep Devidze on the run, she feels like she's ahead.
Yeah, that's going to be the theme for her, with Devidze being so tough when her feet are set. Jansen really has to be in that mentality of just getting her stretched just enough to hinder that offense.
Point.
And 6-2 here for Jansen.
6-2.
Oh my
Point.
goodness. And it's Jansen with the word of the day, shape.
Shape, absolutely. She realized that she had not a whole lot of angle to work with, so she took a lot of pace off, just tried to dip that ball. I don't think she was going for a winner, but happened to work out for her that way.
Yeah, she don't mind that it was clean.
That's a
7-2.
bonus.
Exactly. Trying to get a pop-up and you hit it past her. 7-2.
Point.
And we are at the Vulcan Indoor National
Time in.
Championships here, and
Score
Leia Jansen
8-2.
playing fantastic, and Devidze taking it out on her paddle. We'll see if she can rally.
Point.
What are you seeing from Jansen here on these baseline rallies? She's been terrific the last couple.
Yeah, you know, her lateral movement looks as good as ever. She's been pulled to the backhand side a couple of times,
9-2.
been forced to go open stance, but still kept the point neutral, even when she wasn't able to get that extra power with the closed stance backhand.
Side out.
And an interesting choice of return there. Devidze goes for the full cut.
Yeah.
Spin got Jansen there.
I think it was just weird enough to throw Jansen
2-9.
off, but I don't think that's going to be working as a pattern going forward.
Change up only.
Point.
There's a good approach from Devidze. So she had not scored forever. Does so here. Now 3-9.
Once seeing some of that frustration before the timeout from Devidze, you wonder how much of
3-9.
that is her recognizing this opportunity as well with Waters out of the draw.
Point.
Okay. Oh. Loud yelling, and watch where these eyeballs end up here after this pass if we keep it here. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, that was definitely
Perfect.
pointed in a
Yeah.
certain direction
Yeah,
with
there
the
was-
let's go there.
There was a target for the for the volume.
Point.
And that's just wide. And man, Devidze called timeout and just came out with a purpose.
Yeah, she's putting all that frustration right now into her footwork. She looks bouncy right now, and it is translating in some points for
5-9.
her on the scoreboard.
A steely look of determination there from Devidze. Nice big serve down the middle.
Side out.
And Jansen doesn't just call it out. She said, "That's out." Extra words.
You know, a little borderline chippy here. You know,
9-5.
nothing too much,
No,
but
no.
we mentioned there's a lot on the line.
Yep. Beautiful
Side out.
overhead. Oh, and okay. This is as demonstrative as Devidze has been in a match that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, you know, I mentioned their fire. That's certainly personality
5-9.
that they have, but you're right. I haven't seen this much animation in a very competitive way from Devidze between the points.
And what
Side
a
up.
volley
Side
from Leia Jansen after a humongous serve. And this is a great approach down the line.
Yeah, so tough. We talked about that earlier. So tough to move one way with your body and pull that volley back across to the open
9-5.
court. Nicely done there by Jansen.
Side out.
Good two-handed backhand there. It's the only place that could go is cross court when you torque your hips that much, but got enough pace. Jansen couldn't handle it. So Jansen still stuck at 9.
5-9.
5-9, Devidze to serve.
Side out.
In the budget, or you should never miss your serve, Kyle?
Yeah, I don't think it's a never miss your serve thing in singles, but there's a good miss and a bad miss, and I think in the net's a bad miss, right? So if you miss a little long, at least then you maybe would have had a deep serve. Even if that goes over, it's shorter than she's looking for.
And what a rolling pass from Leia Jansen there. And She's got her whole repertoire working today. That's the dead run hook winner. And so shallow on that.
Yeah. Well, again, like you mentioned, the flight path was more of a hooking motion, right? Had she gone bigger, hit with more pace, it would have been right into the volley of Devidze. Great job understanding the geometry of the court there by Jansen.
Game point here for Jansen, who can't come up with it there. So Devidze saves one. So Jansen has taken everything that Devidze could throw at her and got to game point. Let's see if Devidze can push back some more here. So good on those overheads. This is a woman that age 13 played in the Fed Cup, which is the female version of Davis Cup for the country of Georgia. So that's the level of tennis expertise this woman has now brought to the pickleball court.
Yeah, I knew she was quite a tennis player. Didn't realize she peaked that early at 13. Yeah. That's quite an accomplishment.
And there's an inside-out backhand and more yapping from. So there's a good look at Salome Devidze serving at 7-10. And a nice point coming out of the timeout from Devidze.
Yeah, she set up everything with a good deep serve, and through each ground stroke and her volley, she was just a little bit ahead throughout that entire rally, able to get the point.
Side out.
And to me, that's the new and improved Leah Jansen. In big moments, she used to just get a little gun shy about moving forward, and she would stay back and just hit passing shots, which she's very good at. But I really feel like in those big moments, if she can take it to Devidze, that's her best chance at coming through with the victory here.
Clutch return, gets the ball back. Second game point for Jansen. Oh my. Goes for the serve, gets a missed hit return, but perfectly struck as it turns out. Second chance is gone. Devidze, 8-10.
8-10.
Too short on the return there, and it's down to a lead of one.
Yeah, Devidze started this match off with just a few unforced errors. Got very frustrated with herself, and she's showing what she's capable of now here, just down. Or do you look to extend the point and maybe wait for a better time to approach? We'll have to see.
Here we go, 9-10.
Point.
And that volley sails just a bit deep, and as we went through their history, all those 11-9, 12-10, 13-11s, here we go again. It's going to take more than 11 to win game number one.
Yeah, we're right on cue here at 10-all.
Point.
Oh, and a missed return from Jansen, and suddenly it is Devidze. Interesting. Devidze with a game point here at 11-10.
And a few more steps to get that ball, if you notice.
I did notice.
11-10.
And it is Salome Devidze that comes all the way back. Jansen walks to the line to tap paddles, and there was a...
Accepting the level that she had originally come out with. Took that time out, let it out, and came back and really took it to Jansen and earned that first game.
Point.
Saved 2 game points along the way, did Devidze at 10-5 and 10-8 down, and now Jansen has the hill to climb. Gets a freebie to start.
Side out.
Deep on the serve.
Yes, it was.
And to me, Dave, if you're Jansen here, I think you just got to go and enjoy the journey and compete. I don't really feel like she played tight or let that game one slip away. I just think her opponent came out and got hot. But, you know, it's best out of 3. We'll see what happens for the whole match.
Yeah, this was not errors. This was winner and perfectly played, and sometimes you do just get beat.
And Jansen threw different looks at her. Sometimes she returned and
1-0.
stayed back. Sometimes she came forward. She tested the forehand and the backhand, and Devidze was just too good.
Point.
Great job by Jansen of not getting frustrated at the line when you got to make a bunch of volleys.
Yeah, Devidze is really testing the hands, but Jansen's quite comfortable up there. Look for her to continue to have success
2-0.
if she can move forward on her terms.
Side out.
Just deep on the volley for Devidze.
You called it out? I did not see that. I can't overrule that.
Now we're having a conversation about where that ball landed, and Devidze is not happy at all about that call. We'll have to see that again. As you can see, the tape of the net is literally
3-0.
blocking the baseline for us to give you a better example than that, but we'll get another look at it. And
Point.
that's in. And chippy level is going up 7 floors right now.
Yeah, most certainly. Devidze was trying to engage Jansen in a conversation there, and Jansen kind of turned her back,
4-0.
said, hey, I made my call. I'm ready for the next point.
Side out.
That goes in the net. Here's a look at that last ball that caused the distress. Appears to be
0-4.
well inside the line, and I can understand why Devidze was frustrated.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a missed call there by Jansen.
Point.
Okay, so, oh boy, okay, the out call extended index finger.
Yeah, and you know when there's a call that's that tight that there may be some
1-4.
carryover, either in just extra animation
Yes.
between the players, or hopefully not a makeup call.
No,
here.
I don't want to see that.
Side out.
Again, you talked about in the budget for depth, but not in
Right.
the budget in the net.
Yeah, I like her being aggressive, but with that extra shape, you can aim a touch
4-1.
higher over the net. So, yeah, that's not the right location to be missing, ideally, if you're Devidze.
Side out.
And that is a point Devidze is going to be happy to play all day long.
Yeah, Jansen had Devidze off the court at one point and didn't take her moment to move forward. She let Devidze out of jail, a couple more shots, and she's able to win the exchange.
1-4. Point.
And there's the benefit of going for the serve right there. So plenty of height above the net there, and we are at 2-4. Again, semifinal winners done for the day. Loser will play for bronze. Buckner
2-4.
and Parento in the other ladies semifinal coming up a little later this afternoon.
Side out.
Yeah, nice volley from Jansen there. Returned a little bit short, but she was able to set her feet, and just a little too high from Devidze on that initial
4-2.
pass.
Wicked from
Side out.
Devidze. We saw a similar ball from Jansen in that same spot. Maybe that's a wicked forehand roll corner there, Kyle, because that was outrageous.
Yeah, if you can control, get out wide, get your right foot kind of around that ball, you have the option of hitting that outside edge. They make it look easy. I promise you, it is a very tough shot.
And then a
Point.
gorgeous ball down the line from Devidze. And here we go again. Jansen with the early lead, and here comes Devidze.
3-4. Point.
Another missed return, and Jansen a little frustrated with herself, and now her paddle is involved. So the Yola paddles are
Want to approach normally up the line to take the angle away. She approached with angle, and that gave angle to Devidze. So let's see if she can change that here.
And she has an earbud in her ear from Kyle McKenzie as she returns down the line and hits a beautiful volley into the open court like clockwork. 4 apiece.
4-4.
And a big screaming, come on. Obviously had to make a stab at that, but made Devidze have to hit another ball, Kyle.
Again, approaching up the line. And it was a great pass by Devidze, but it makes one more ball, and good, good things happen.
Right out.
Frustrated loose miss there from Leah Jansen. So Devidze down 1. Has game 1 in her pocket, though.
Side out.
Good depth on the return. Keeps an eye on that forehand of Devidze.
Yeah, interesting setup for Devidze. When she serves on the right side, she stands out wide, kind of trying to play more backhands visually. Nice job by Jansen. Almost wrong footing her there with the location of the return.
Okay.
Quick little discussion here.
5-4. Point.
And Jansen gets the skitter, and sometimes that's all it takes to throw off a player's timing.
Yeah, you see how Devidze's raising up on that. It's because the ball's bouncing so close to her, just doesn't have the spacing to be able to get those hard, deep ground strokes.
Oh, a little sneak attack from Jansen, and then a short-angled volley off the top of the paddle. I'd have to see that again to speak to intention.
Yeah, it looked a little funky. She does have a good short angle volley. I'm not sure if that's exactly the flight path she had in mind, but it worked out for her.
Point.
Big serve from Jansen, and here we go again. Up 10-5, had a game point in game 1. 10-8 had a game point, wasn't able to close. Now has rallied and up 8-4 in game 2. Wow, did everything Kyle said she should do, and what a pass with purpose and authority all the way through.
That one's on me, Leah, because she did everything. Like
that
you
one's
said,
on everybody that's ever coached.
You know, but you have to have the ability to just sometimes say too good.
Yes.
Devidze has the shot-making ability to do that on occasion, but force her to do it again.
Oh, okay. What else you want to ask for here, Kyle?
My goodness. Again, sometimes you just have to weather the storm. I wouldn't mind a timeout even here from Jansen just to cool Devidze off. Those are some very tough passes that she came up with in back-to-back shots.
Yeah, I'm not leaving you alone on that. That's not on you. These are 2 ridiculous passes in a row off of a return down the middle and a return down the line that usually don't give angles, or at least not those angles.
Side out.
And it's Jansen with an answer, and that's when Devidze is less comfortable having to move laterally and come forward. Doesn't have the court coverage to be able to get all the way over, and nice shot again. Shape, not pace, because Devidze would have been able to get that, but not the dipper. So, 8-5.
8-5. Point.
And very few groundies have been missed from Devidze when not under pressure. Tried to go inside out on the backhand there and came up middle of the net, and this time she just lays the paddle down. So
9-5. Side out.
Very high on the pass there from Jansen.
Yeah, when you go to that two-hander up that high, really easy to rotate across your body and find that that extreme cross-court angle.
5-9.
And a wicked down the line pass from Devidze, and she's within 3.
Yeah, you know, great pass by Devidze. I think for Jansen, if you are going to approach up the line, you really want to make them beat you somewhere other than the line with that pass. But
6-9.
nice job by Devidze finding a tight window there.
Just misses
Side up, is
basically
that
the
in?
same
Or
ball
out?
there, but
Thank you. Side out.
some nice positive reinforcement to herself there. She really went after the serve, and it was a good one. Kept Jansen back. That has not been the case. That's how good the serve was.
9-6.
So again, Jansen looking to try and close the door.
Side out.
An interesting footwork choice there, as it looked like there was time for me to maybe get to an overhead there.
Yeah, I think tough. I mean, because it was going kind of across her
Yes.
body the other way. She's got to make a split-second decision. Chose to just go with the swinging
6-9.
two-hander, but unfortunately for her, mishit it.
Point.
And now 7-9, and game number 1 starts to creep into your head.
Yeah, certainly reminiscent of the last game. We'll see if
7-9.
Devidze can bring the fire again here in game 2.
Huge serve right inside the line, but then,
Side out.
so that's twice she has hit big serves and had great opportunities. Plays a very
in.
positive, aggressive
9-7.
point here after the timeout. She does
out.
just that, and Devidze on the dead run is able to get it by her.
Yeah, and it was a smart point by Jansen. She approached up the line, held line, hit a good first volley, and Devidze comes out of nowhere for an amazing on-the-run pass just in the nick of time. 7-9 here to serve.
7-9.
And a
Side
big
out.
yell and a really well-constructed point from Jansen.
Yeah, Dave, we're witnessing some pretty amazing pickleball right now. Both these players are giving it everything they have and showing a little bit of everything in their arsenal, too. A lot of fun to watch.
9-7.
Another chance to get to 10 for Jansen.
Side
And
out.
that stays in from the body language that I saw from Jansen. Unbelievable ball. There's that approach down the line. Try not to get beat down the line. I think that hit the line itself,
7-9.
though, by Devidze. What a shot under pressure. 8-9 with the wicked cross-court pass.
Yeah, and just a slightly short return there by Jansen, and Devidze is feeling it right now, punishing her for even the slightest of mistakes right now.
8-9.
Beautiful
Side out.
overhead from Leah Jansen, and a even better first volley there, Kyle.
Yeah, it's not easy to do. It's such a foot race to get to the line and then to have that body control to stop and stick the ball. It really put her in an offensive winning position for the overhead.
Another
9-8.
chance at 10.
Point.
It goes for a big serve with bounce there, though.
Exactly, and you could see how that extra shape, when you can get good depth, it disrupts the weight transfer of Devidze. She was still kind of falling
10-8.
back a little as she hit that backhand return.
So, game point for Jansen to force a game 3, and just wide on the return. And okay, so there's
I didn't see enough to overrule.
Debate on this call as well.
Point game.
No paddle tap. We'll look at it again here. My goodness, here we go. Nice overhead by Jansen there. So we got all sorts of activity going on here, Kyle, and it's going to just who's going to get to 11 first and have just raise your level both of mental toughness and your ability to execute.
Yeah, the pickleball itself, Dave, has been extremely high level, and they've showcased a lot of skills. They're not just winning points in one way by any means.
Wow. Devidze's staring that one down too. That appears to be inside the line, and Devidze is very frustrated.
One zero. Side out.
And that volley from Jansen sails just deep, so.
Yeah, it's a game of inches for sure right now. These ladies are absolutely crushing the ball with accuracy. It's extremely high level, and I have a feeling we're in for some fireworks here in game 3, regardless of the scoreline.
Side out.
That ball goes deep. So 1-0 Jansen will switch sides at 6. Spot in the final on Sunday is what's up for grabs.
1-0. Point.
It's a good point from Jansen there.
Yeah, good depth on the approach. We mentioned that earlier. When you don't have the spacing, sometimes your body inherently has to raise up, but that floated the pass just enough for an easy volley for Jansen.
2-0. Point.
And what a forehand reply from Jansen. A clean winner on a third, Kyle.
Yeah, you don't see the
when
winner.
The player's at the baseline, okay? Exactly. I get you hit a passing shot.
Well, obviously, Devidze was leaning the wrong way, but it shows how clean Jansen struck that for her not even to make a play on it.
And that goes wide, and again, it is Jansen up early. It has happened all 3 games today. She's had the lead. She has seen it creep away. She was able to hold the fort in game 2. And now, boy, she would love to switch with a big lead. We will at 6. And that's a great approach and volley there from Jansen, and she is at 5.
Yeah, and this is the point where in each of the first 2 games, Devidze's made her run and made it a lot closer and tighter at the end. We'll see if she has one more run in her here in game 3.
Point.
And that return sails deep, so the worst nightmare for Devidze.
Since the finish line now, she's got all the momentum here. Let's see if she can keep it after the side switch.
Nice controlled attack, and you see Devidze sort of saying, you got to get forward. That's my interpretation of that body language there. So big serve set her up for her comebacks in game 1 and game 2. Let's see what she does here in game 3.
Side out.
Devidze just unable to find that quality in her game where she was able to put 1, 2, and 3 ridiculously high-level shots in a row together.
Point.
Wow. Stab. Net winner.
Yeah, I think Devidze thought that was past Jansen. She kind of stopped for a second, and then all of a sudden the ball
7-0.
trickled on over. So it is all Jansen here in game 3 thus far.
Just
Side
wide
out.
from Jansen there. So it's go time. Devidze was down 7 in game 1, 2-9. So she's doesn't have to look far back into
7.
her match history to find when she's come back.
Side out.
But just loose air. She's trying to tell herself to calm down there, and didn't have the feet set at all for
7-0.
that one.
Yeah, sometimes just quieting that heart rate down a little bit helps you find that nice rhythm, and she needs to go on a run here.
And that ball
Point.
is in, and a paddle clap from Devidze, and we are at 8-0.
Yeah, Jansen knew she had that one lined up. She's already congratulating herself before it landed there.
8-0. Point.
And the wheels are starting to come off for Devidze here. 9-0.
Time in.
The truck at Tennis Channel headquarters
9-0.
showing you these great pictures. 9-0. Leah Jansen, 2 points from Sunday, and now 1 and another missed serve. And as I said, the wheels were coming off. That might have been the last one right there.
Yeah, we saw her come back from a 7-point deficit. A little different here, down 10-0. She's going to continue to compete, but this is a tough one for her.
10-0. Point.
And that will do it.
Game
A pickle
match.
in game 3.